Coming up tonight on YCN News, River Valley Community College honors its 10th president today, inaugurating Dr. Alicia Harvey Smith. Bill Carpenter of the Claremont 250th Committee talks about upcoming festivities. And plans are under discussion to bring a temporary mobile or cell phone tower to Bellows Falls. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Friday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. River Valley Community College honored its 10th president today, inaugurating Dr. Alicia Harvey Smith as its academic and administrative leader. A 2-hour ceremony this morning on the college's Claremont location brought college staff and faculty and Dr. Harvey Smith's family from across the country together. City leaders from Claremont and Keene, home of River Valley's 2 campuses, local and visiting dignitaries spoke of the college and its promise under its new leader. And of course today, Dr. Harvey Smith had the last word.
It's rare to capture all of the qualities that Alicia brings to the school here. She brings what? She brings leadership. She brings management. She brings commitment. She brings extraordinary communication skills. And evident to all, from far and close, is her energy level that never goes away.
And I mentioned this today because Dr. Harvey Smith, this is the legacy that you left Baltimore City Community College. In your years at BCCC, not only did you incorporate these values into the lives of our students, you nurtured them, you persuaded them, and you uplifted them. You showed them that education is the most important tool that they would ever possess, that education is something that can never be taken away from them.
In the past year, I've worked with our new president and prepared for this day. Dr. Harvey Smith has shown herself to be a leader who has fully immersed herself in this community. From day one, she has asked us to look deeply with her for ways to lift the college community and the communities we serve so that we might sustain our mission and thrive together. She often talks about falling in love with this community. How does one fall in love without letting the wisdom of the heart and the discernment of the mind guide your every move? How does one ignore the energy that flows through us, electrifies us when we're in love? Everything is possible when we're in love.
She often reminds me through her words and actions to see things through the eyes of others. I have always tried to be a student, teacher, colleague, friend, mentor, and partner, looking at situations from these perspectives, sometimes in conflict. I believe successful leaders, not just those in the academic arena, but others as well, need to look at and reflect more on long-term issues through these different perspectives, even more today in the fast-paced world of the 21st century.
To meet the unique needs of our community by lifting and sustaining it through partnerships and collaborations. It is with incredible gratitude and honor that I stand before you today as the 10th president of River Valley Community College.
We're here at River Valley Community College for the inauguration of its 10th president, Dr. Alicia Harvey Smith. This is the college's first inauguration, and it was a pretty impressive ceremony today. Dr. Harvey Smith's family, friends, colleagues from Baltimore Community College, or BCCC as they called it, came to honor Alicia's work, and her message today focuses on students and supporting them for success and community, not just the school community, but what the college community can do to lift and sustain the community of Claremont, Keene, the Monadnock region, and out to the state.
Thank you, Lisa. Tomorrow is the big day for Claremont, New Hampshire's downtown as the city celebrates its 250th birthday. Bill Carpenter, member of the 250th committee, tells YCN about tomorrow's event and more.
Tomorrow we're celebrating our birthday in the bricks, starting at 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. Free Ferris wheel rides, free kiddie rides, the Midway, vendors, artisans over at the Broad Street Park. We're going to be having musical events all day, starting at noon, both on the marquee at the Moody Building and over at the stand at the Broad Street Park. Food is provided by all the restaurants. Going to have games by the Park and Rec Department. I even think the Boy Scouts are coming to do Native American games for us as well. And they're going to be antique cars, and I want everybody just to come down and have a good time.
Thanks, Bill. Tomorrow's festivities are sure to be fun for all, so don't miss out on the chance to celebrate. YCN will keep you updated on other upcoming events commemorating the 250th, so stay tuned. The weather is getting colder, although it's not autumn yet. Still, the leaves are turning colors. Soon, flu season will be upon us. Let's hear from Marcella Babinski of the New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services. She is the state's immunization program director.
Generally, we think of flu season as going from about October all the way to possibly May, and last year we had a few reports into the month of June. And this year we've already had our first reported case of influenza in the state of New Hampshire, which is a little earlier than usual. We are, however, looking forward to a season that we know nothing about. The old joke in immunization is if you've seen one flu season, you have seen one flu season. So we really don't know what this season will look like. We here in public health believe that there are many things that a person can do to stay healthy. My first concern is to fight against vaccine-preventable diseases, and the best way to do that is to receive all of your vaccinations when they are recommended. So children have many vaccines that are recommended in early childhood and then 1 year and often before they go back to school. And adolescents have some vaccines that are recommended because it will help keep them healthy as they move out into their young adult life. And that would be vaccines such as the Tdap, which contains pertussis, whooping cough vaccine, and it also contains the human papillomavirus vaccine and also the meningococcal vaccine. And for adults, again, two major vaccines are the influenza vaccine and the pneumococcal vaccines. In order to be safe, we ask people to always cover their cough, stay home when they're ill, and be sure to keep your children home from school when they are ill. And other options, of course, include using some Purell if you think you need to get your hands a little bit cleaner. So the whole concept here is to keep yourself healthy, which also helps keep your community healthy.
Free flu shot clinics are available as well at area pharmacies. Consider protecting your health. When YCN News returns, we'll learn about the plans under discussion to bring a temporary mobile or cell tower to Bellows Falls, Vermont.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. In Vermont news, plans are under discussion to bring a temporary mobile or cell phone tower to Bellows Falls. Representatives from two telecommunications companies met with Rockingham Planning and Development Board members Wednesday night, the Eagle Times reports. The tower, if approved, would be up for between 12 and 18 months. It would extend broadband service in southern Vermont. Another few weeks of talks between all involved may be needed. No decisions were reached this week. When YCN News returns, we'll join Kearsarge Chronicles' Lynn Solomon, who met with chiropractor Dan Bezon.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we'll have patchy fog after 1 a.m. with clear skies and lows around 37 degrees. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with highs in the 60s and winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night will be mostly cloudy with lows in the 50s. Sunday will have a 30% chance of rain after noon with partly sunny skies. Winds will be between 5 and 10 miles per hour with a high of 73 degrees. Sunday night will have a 50% chance of showers with mostly cloudy skies. You can see here that we are experiencing clear skies. Part of the storm surge out west may reach us on Sunday. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow in Vermont, the Bellows Falls Opera House will hold the Billy Bragg concert at 8:30 p.m. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. And now it's time to look at high school soccer results from yesterday. The Sunapee Lakers boys soccer team took on Derryfield in an exciting game. The final score of the game was 1-0 Sunapee. The Sunapee girls soccer team also faced Derryfield and won, just edging by them in a 3-2 victory. At halftime, Sunapee was down 2-0. The game went into overtime, but it was Sunapee's Taylor Usko who scored the game-winning goal.
Thanks, Matt. When YCN News continues, we'll join Lisa Connell and John O'Connor for this week's News in Review.
The YCN News continues in a moment.